On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Philosophy.
The study of general and fundamental questions, such as those about existence, reason, knowledge, values, mind.
Examples:
Philosophy of education. Western philosophy. Ethics is a branch of philosophy.
Glaze.
To cover or coat with a thin layer of film, particularly a shiny or glossy layer, such as a layer of protective material on ceramics or a top coat of paint on a surface. To apply a thin, glossy coating to food, often using a sauce or syrup.
Examples:
Glaze a window. Glaze over eyes. The baker used a brush to glaze the donuts with a sweet, shiny coating.
Academic.
Associated with schools, colleges, and universities, especially studying and thinking, not with practical skills.
Examples:
Academic probation. An academic discussion. An excellent historian must possess an academic mentality.
Cocktail.
A drink, usually an alcoholic one, made by mixing one or more spirits, equals strong alcoholic drinks, and fruit juice, an appetizer served as a first course at a meal.
Examples:
A light cocktail. Cocktail of chemicals. We invited some friends for a cocktail party.
Profess.
To declare openly, often publicly or formally, that one has a particular skill, belief, or feeling, to admit or affirm.
Examples:
Profess innocence. Profess law. He professes his love for her every day, showering her with gifts and affection.
Conscious.
Being aware of and able to respond to what is happening around you.
Examples:
Conscious effort. Conscious of having succeeded. He became conscious that he was being followed.
Curl.
To form or make something form into a curved or spiral shape. Noun, a round shape formed by a series of concentric circles.
Examples:
Curl around street corners. A curl of smoke. The cat curled into a ball and went to sleep.
Snarl.
To growl aggressively or menacingly, usually in a way that signals anger or hostility. To tangle or knot together in a way that is difficult to unpack or untangle. Noun, a sound or an expression that is made by an animal or a person when they are angry, showing their teeth and producing a harsh, low growling noise.
Examples:
Snarl in defiance. Snarl of frustration. The dog snarled at the mailman who came to deliver the package.
Hoot.
To make the sound of a hoot or loud, raucous laugh. To express disapproval or scorn. Noun, the sound made by an owl or a similar bird, usually a low-pitched, repetitive who or who sound.
Examples:
Hoot the actor off the stage. Hoot a horn. The audience hooted with laughter at the comedian's jokes.
Derision.
Contemptuous ridicule or mockery.
Examples:
Laugh in derision. Bitter derision. The audience greeted the comedian's jokes with derision.
Cackle.
To laugh in a harsh, loud, and often unpleasant way, especially as a sign of amusement or derision. Noun, a loud, shrill, and often unpleasant laughter that is usually associated with witches, hyenas, or other such stereotypical characters.
Examples:
Cackle loudly. Witch cackle. The older woman cackled with delight as she told us her stories of days gone by.
Growl.
To make a low, guttural sound, usually similar to that of an animal, expressing anger, agitation, or disapproval.
Examples:
Growl menacingly. Growl a command. The dog began to growl at the stranger approaching the house.
Chutzpah.
The audacity, confidence, or boldness to do or say something that might be seen as shocking, daring, or disrespectful, a brazen or fearless attitude.
Examples:
Unwavering chutzpah. Sheer chutzpah. She displayed remarkable chutzpah by negotiating a higher salary during the job interview.
Lament.
To express sadness, grief, or disappointment about something, often by complaining or mourning.
Examples:
Lament my misfortunes. Lament the situation. She lamented the loss of her beloved cat.
Bob.
To move up and down quickly and repeatedly, often in a short, jerky motion, to cut, trim, or shorten hair, especially by repeatedly snipping with scissors. Noun, a hairstyle in which the hair is cut short and even all around, usually above the shoulders.
Examples:
Bob a quick curtsy. Bob on the surface of the water. I need to bob my head to the beat of the music.
Explanation.
The information or arguments that someone provides to make something understandable or clear.
Examples:
The explanation for the failure. Detailed explanation. The following explanation is currently being used to explain the phenomenon in question.
Ethos.
The set of beliefs and attitudes that belong to a particular community, nation, ideology, or a person.
Examples:
Ethos of science. Corporate ethos. Medical students need to acquire not only knowledge, but also a professional ethos of a doctor.
Rational.
Based on reason or logic, using good judgment and sound thinking.
Examples:
rational decision, the rational faculty. The rational approach to problem solving involves weighing all options.
Argument:
A set of statements or reasons used to support or refute a proposition or theory, a verbal or physical fight or dispute.
Examples:
A blazing argument. The argument against capital punishment. The argument between the two sides over the proposed policy was heated.
Premise:
A statement or proposition that is held to be true or from which a conclusion can be drawn.
Examples:
The major premise. Make a premise. The book's premise is that the main character must save the world from an impending disaster.
Inference:
A conclusion reached based on evidence and reasoning, a deduction or assumption.
Examples:
Make an inference. Logical inference. Based on ice core samples, scientists can draw inferences about the Earth's past climate.
Conclude:
To come to an end or close, to reach a judgment or opinion by reasoning.
Examples:
Conclude a meeting. Conclude that he is healthy. We concluded a ceasefire.
Explode:
To burst or break open violently and noisily, to cause something to burst or break open.
Examples:
Explode in anger. Explode in popularity. The old building exploded in a fiery inferno.
Opponent:
A person against whom you are playing or fighting in a game, competition, debate, etc.
Examples:
Computer opponent. Death penalty opponent. He was attempting to confuse his opponent.
Climate:
The weather in a particular location averaged over some long period.
Examples:
A cold climate. Effects of climate change. Climate and weather have an impact on every part of our lifestyles.
Encounter:
To face something, particularly something unpleasant or difficult, while attempting to do something else, to meet, especially unexpectedly.
Examples:
Encounter a crisis. Encounter a storm. I'm prepared to encounter challenges throughout this adventure.
Probable:
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
Probable outcome. Probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Expertise:
Specialized knowledge or skills in a particular field or subject, expert proficiency or knowledge.
Examples:
Marketing expertise. Demonstrate expertise. The company's success can be attributed to the expertise of its employees.
Regard.
To think about or consider somebody or something in a specified way.
Examples.
Regard him as an enemy. Regard the situation as unfortunate. Frugality and industry are still regarded as virtues.
Amazing.
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples.
Amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Confidence.
The feeling or attitude that one can trust or rely on the abilities or good qualities of someone or something.
Examples.
Confidence as a teacher. Boost my confidence. Skill and confidence are an unconquered army.
Innermost.
Situated or occurring at the deepest or most central part or point, relating to one's deepest or most private thoughts, feelings, or experiences.
Examples.
Innermost secrets. Innermost longings. It took years of therapy before the patient could reveal their innermost thoughts and feelings.
Authoritative.
Having or showing knowledge, expertise, or power in a particular field or area, recognized as being accurate or reliable, commanding respect or obedience.
Examples.
Authoritative source. Authoritative figure. The scientists' findings were considered authoritative in the field of physics.
Balloon.
A small bag made of thin rubber or other light material that can be inflated with air or gas, used as a toy or as a decoration. Verb, to become inflated.
Examples.
Balloon ride. Balloon into a severe political problem. The satellite balloon slowly ascended into the sky.
Bubble.
A thin, round, and often transparent mass of gas that is surrounded by a thin layer of liquid, a state of economic or social prosperity that is unsustainable and eventually collapses.
Examples.
Bubble in the champagne glass. Economic bubble. Many people worry that the current real estate market is a bubble that could burst soon.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples.
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Exhibit.
To show something in public for people to enjoy or to provide them with information.
Examples.
Exhibit a bad attitude. Exhibit a great talent. Other technology industries exhibit similarly explosive growth.
Stream.
A small, narrow river, a continuous flow of something, such as liquid, gas, people, vehicles, etc.
Examples:
The stream of time. An endless stream of cars. Jet streams are the common name for air currents that form high in the atmosphere.
Fellow.
Someone who has the same job or interests as you, or is in the same class, profession, or situation as you.
Examples:
Junior fellow. Nice fellow. He is the kind of fellow who only works for his success.
Baroque.
Of or relating to an ornate and elaborate style of art, architecture, and music that flourished in Europe in the late 16th and early 17th centuries, characterized by a sense of grandeur and drama.
Examples:
Baroque music. Baroque architecture. The ornate architecture of the palace is a perfect example of the Baroque style.
Barrack.
To provide accommodations or housing, often for military personnel or sports teams, to spur on or encourage especially by cheers and shouts. Noun, a large building or group of buildings that provide temporary housing for soldiers or other military personnel.
Examples:
Baroque room. Baroque the opposing team. The soldiers were instructed to barack in the buildings until further notice.
Bark.
The hard outer layer of a tree, a sound made by dogs or some other animals.
Examples:
Trees with rough bark. Bark at the moon. He removed the bark from the tree.
Render.
To bring someone or something into a particular state, to provide something such as service, help, etc.
Examples:
Render an assessment. Render the contract void. The jury must render a decision on this complex case.
Pointillism.
A technique in art primarily associated with the Neo-Impressionist movement, where small, distinct dots or points of pure color are applied in patterns or groups to create an overall image or optical blending effect when seen from a distance.
Examples:
Pointillism technique. Pointillism style. The artist's use of pointillism created a unique and striking composition.
Rod.
A long, thin, straight piece of wood, metal, or other material used for support, as a weapon, or for punishment.
Examples:
Rod cell. Curtain rod. He used a fishing rod to catch the biggest fish of the day.
Approximately.
Close to a specific number or time, but not exactly that number or time.
Examples:
Approximately 3 feet long. Approximately same. This trail takes approximately 2.5 hours.
Trillion.
The number 1,000,000,000,000, a million million.
Examples:
Trillion cubic feet. Many trillions of dollars. 1 light year is nearly 6 trillion miles.
Cellular.
Of or connected with the cells of animals or plants. Of or connected with a mobile telephone system that uses several short-range radio stations instead of wires.
Examples:
Cellular and molecular biology. A cellular phone handset. This factory employs a cellular manufacturing system.
Ingredient.
One of the things used to make something, especially one of the foods used to make a particular dish.
Examples:
Secret ingredients. Compound the ingredients. Greed is the primary ingredient in the making of criminals.
Battalion.
A large, organized military unit composed of several companies, typically commanded by a lieutenant colonel or a major.
Examples:
Infantry battalion. Armored battalion. The enemy forces were no match for the well-trained battalion.
Robotic.
Of or relating to mechanical robots, robotics, the interdisciplinary branch of computer science and engineering with the practical use of robots.
Examples:
Robotic arm. Robotic guide operation. The surgeon removed the tumor using robotic video assistance.
Unconscious.
In the state of lacking awareness and the capacity for sensory perception, especially as the result of a head injury or illness.
Examples:
Unconscious bias. A person who is unconscious. I know his unconscious habit that he touches his face when he lies.
Bacteria.
Single-celled or non-cellular spherical or spiral or rod-shaped organisms that exist in large numbers in the air, water, and soil, and also in living and dead creatures and plants, and are often a cause of disease.
Examples:
Pathogenic bacteria. Harmless bacteria. Bacteria prevalent in hospitals are often resistant to antibiotics.
Accomplished.
Having completed a task or achieved a goal successfully, skilled or proficient at something.
Examples:
Accomplished at a very early age. Accomplished goal. She felt accomplished after finishing her book.
Hoard.
To collect money, valuables, etc., for future use secretly. Noun, a secret store or collection of money, valuables, etc., for future use.
Examples:
Hoard my possessions. Plutonium hoard. They hoarded a common secret instead of sharing it.
Neuron.
A cell that is specialized to carry information within the brain and between the brain and other parts of the body.
Examples:
excite the neurons. Neuron cell body. Our body transfers information along each neuron using an electrical impulse.
Naturalism.
A philosophical belief that everything, including human behavior and cognition, can be explained solely by natural causes and laws.
Examples:
naturalism in literature. Philosophical naturalism. The scientific method is often seen as an embodiment of naturalism, as it seeks to understand the natural world through observation and experimentation.
Lee.
The side or part that is sheltered or facing away from the wind or the direction from which the wind is blowing. A position or location protected from the full force or effects of something, particularly the wind.
Examples:
a natural lee. The lee of the building. The hiker found a calm spot in the lee of the mountain to set up camp.
Religion.
A deep conviction in a supernatural power that controls human destiny.
Examples:
religion sociology. Freedom of religion. Their religion strictly prohibits them from drinking or gambling.
Magician.
A person who performs magic tricks or illusions to entertain an audience, typically involves sleight of hand or deception to create seemingly impossible or supernatural effects.
Examples:
magician's hat. Street magician. The children were delighted with the magician's clever tricks.
Magic.
Beliefs and actions employed to influence supernatural beings and forces, any art or performance that invokes supernatural powers.
Examples:
a magic spell. She is magic. He performed magic tricks with sophisticated moves.
Eloquent.
Able to speak or write clearly and impressively.
Examples:
an eloquent speaker. Eloquent writing. She gave an eloquent speech at the graduation ceremony.
Writ.
A written legal order or command.
Examples:
a writ of summons. Issue a writ. He was served with a writ of eviction, giving him the notice to vacate the property.
Miracle.
An act or occurrence that is not explicable by natural or scientific laws, and is therefore believed to be caused by God.
Examples:
miracle person. Economic miracle. The doctor said that her recovery was a miracle.
Thaumaturgical.
Related to or involving miraculous or magical feats, pertaining to the performance of wonders or miracles.
Examples:
thaumaturgical powers. Thaumaturgical knowledge. The book provided a comprehensive guide to various thaumaturgical practices and rituals.
Supernatural.
Of or relating to existence outside the natural world, not able to be explained by natural laws.
Examples:
Supernatural beings. Supernatural intuition. The supernatural powers of the witch were the stuff of legends.
Refer.
To direct someone's attention, thoughts, or questions to another source or person, to mention, cite, or allude to something as evidence or support.
Examples:
Refer to a book. Refer to a map. Please refer to the instruction manual for further assistance.
Dissatisfy.
To fail to satisfy someone.
Examples:
Dissatisfy the users with bugs. Dissatisfy people with service. The company's results dissatisfy everyone.
Incredulous.
Unwilling or unable to believe something, skeptical, doubtful.
Examples:
Incredulous stare. Voice of incredulous disbelief. The audience was incredulous at the magician's trick, trying to figure out how he did it.
Attempt.
An act or effort of trying to do something, especially something difficult.
Examples:
The attempt to rescue the hostages. A reckless attempt. The third attempt was far more successful.
Thrill.
A feeling of extreme and sudden excitement and pleasure, to cause someone to feel sudden intense sensation or emotion.
Examples:
The thrill of speed. Incredible thrill. Skydiving is an overwhelming thrill for many people.
Mystification.
The act or process of making something difficult to understand or explain, often to deceive or manipulate.
Examples:
Mystification of the public. Mystification of the subject. The magician's tricks were a source of mystification for the audience.
Discovery.
The act or process of finding information, a place, or an object, or learning about something that was previously not known.
Examples:
A scientific discovery. The great discovery of the century. Her research team made an important discovery.
Impose.
To officially force a new law, tax, duty, etc. to be obeyed or received.
Examples:
Impose harsher sanctions. Impose tariffs. The problem with achievement tests is the narrowness they impose on students.
Clarity.
The quality of being coherent and understandable, the quality of transparency or purity.
Examples:
Lack of clarity. Sake of clarity. The publisher will proofread most of this manuscript for clarity.
Mere.
Used to emphasize how insignificant or minor someone or something is.
Examples:
mere acquaintance, mere incident. He lost the election by mere votes.
Depart.
To go away or leave, especially to start a journey.
Examples:
arrive and depart on time. Depart from the faith. We departed before the temperature fell below zero.
Illustrate.
To provide pictures, photographs, diagrams, etc. in a book or something for explanation.
Examples:
illustrate a key point. Illustrate a story. The company's financial records illustrate how successful it has been.
Marvelous.
Causing wonder or astonishment, excellent.
Examples:
marvelous performance. Marvelous power. The view from the top of the mountain was marvelous.
Marvel.
Someone, something that causes feelings of wonder or surprise.
Examples:
a marvel of beauty. Technical marvel. The space shuttle is a modern engineering marvel.
Afterward.
After the time mentioned.
Examples:
a few years afterward. Go there afterward. We will explain the countermeasure concerning this problem afterward.
Swear.
To make a solemn promise or vow, to use rude or offensive language.
Examples:
swear an oath. Swear a blue streak. I swear I didn't mean to break your vase.
Inflate.
To fill something with air or gas so that it becomes bigger and rounder.
Examples:
inflate a tire. Inflate expense reports. She inflated the balloons for the party.
Animate.
To make something full of interest and energy.
Examples:
animate the body. Animate his soul. The positive attitude of the supervisor animated the discussion.
Nick.
A small cut, notch, or indentation in a surface or an edge.
Examples:
a nick on the fender of a car. Nick on my hand. The interviewer arrived in a nick of time.
Demonstrate.
To display something or give an exhibition to an interested audience.
Examples:
demonstrate a difference. Demonstrate mastery. How can you demonstrate that the Earth is a sphere?
Feature length.
Referring to a film or video production that has a duration typically exceeding 60 minutes, or sometimes 40 minutes, and is considered to be a full-length movie as opposed to a shorter form, such as a short film or TV episode.
Examples:
Write a feature-length screenplay. Feature-length film. The film festival showcased a feature-length documentary that captivated the audience.
Documentary.
A film or a radio or television program that gives facts and information about a subject, of or derived from official documents.
Examples:
A documentary film. Documentary proof. He won an award for that short documentary.
Concentration.
The ability to focus all your time and energy on one thing without thinking about anything else.
Examples:
Concentration of armaments. His research area of concentration. This exam requires excellent concentration to pass.
Phenomenon.
Something that exists and can be perceptible, especially one that is not fully understood.
Examples:
Natural phenomenon. Historical phenomenon. A rainbow is a natural phenomenon.
Studied.
Deliberately considered or scrutinized, carefully thought out or planned.
Examples:
Studied analysis. Well-studied decision. His speech was carefully crafted and delivered with studied confidence.
Predict.
To state beforehand that something will happen in the future, mainly based on knowledge or experience.
Examples:
Predict the future. Predict when she will arrive. It's notoriously challenging to predict birth rates.
Experiment.
The scientific test conducted to observe what happens and gain new knowledge.
Examples:
Experiment design. Series of experiments. His experiments showed highly positive results.
Dramatic.
Very sudden, very excellent, or full of action and excitement.
Examples:
Make dramatic changes. A dramatic rescue at sea. The statement had a dramatic impact on house prices.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples:
Mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Saccade.
A rapid, involuntary movement of the eye between fixation points, enabling visual perception and exploration of the visual environment in discrete steps, a jerky motion or rapid shift.
Examples:
Horizontal saccades. Spontaneous saccades. Neurologists use saccade tracking devices to to study eye movement disorders.
Constantly.
All the time.
Examples:
A constantly innovative enterprise. A constantly varying mind. The mobile application industry is constantly changing.
Moving.
Causing strong emotions or feelings, especially sadness or sympathy.
Examples:
Moving experience. Moving ceremony. His moving speech about his struggles with addiction brought tears to the audience's eyes.
Elbow.
The joint between the upper arm and the lower arm, the bend in a pipe or tube formed at this joint.
Examples:
Elbow bone. Elbow-length sleeves. She bruised her elbow after falling off her bike.
Remarkable.
Worthy of attention because unusual or special.
Examples:
Remarkable achievement. The remarkable breadth of knowledge. The election was a remarkable success for the Whigs.
Impoverished.
Reduced to poverty or destitution, lacking in resources, means, or vitality, depleted or exhausted.
Examples:
Impoverished nation. Impoverished family. The impoverished villagers struggled to make ends meet with little access to food and clean water.
Vision.
The ability to think about or see the future with imagination and intelligence, the faculty of being able to see.
Examples:
A prodigious vision. Telescopic vision. Driving is difficult for me because of my poor vision.
Fovea.
A small, central area of the retina of the eye that has the highest concentration of photoreceptor cells and is responsible for seeing fine detail and color.
Examples:
Fovea superior. Fovea centralis. Some disorders, such as macular degeneration, can affect the function of the fovea.
Resolution.
A firm decision or determination to do or not do something, the action of solving a problem, dispute, or conflict, the quality of being resolved or determined, the clarity and sharpness of an image or display.
Examples:
Resolution of a conflict. Display resolution. He made a New Year's resolution to exercise more and eat healthier.
Thumbnail.
The small image used to represent a larger image or document on a computer or mobile device, the nail on the thumb.
Examples:
Thumbnail image. Video thumbnail. The photographer selected the best image from the photo shoot for the thumbnail.
Fantastic.
Extremely good, excellent.
Examples:
A fantastic dress. Absolutely fantastic event. The new amusement park ride was fantastic, with twists, turns, and drops that left riders screaming with excitement.
Barely.
Just enough, hardly, with great difficulty or effort.
Examples:
Barely noticeable. Barely finished. I barely made it to the meeting on time, rushing from another appointment across town.
Forth.
Forward, outward, or onward in location, direction, or progress, into view or consideration, with confidence, boldness, or in the open.
Examples:
Bring forth a beautiful vase. Call forth demand. I pushed forth with my new project, even though it would take much hard work.
Scream.
To give a loud, high shout suddenly, especially because of fear, anger, excitement, etc., to utter or declare in a very loud voice.
Examples:
Scream a profanity. Scream at him to be quiet. She kept screaming for an ambulance.
Yell.
To shout in a sudden and loud way.
Examples:
Yell for help. Yell as loud as we can. When I asked my father for more money, he became furious and yelled at me.
Artful.
Skillful and cunning, often deceitfully or cleverly, displaying artistic or creative skill.
Examples:
Artful design. Artful manipulation. The writer's artful descriptions made the reader feel as though they were part of the story.
Blob.
A small amount or drop of a thick liquid or sticky substance.
Examples:
A big blob of yellow. A blob of jelly. A blob of ink fell on the floor.
Cleverly.
In a way that demonstrates intelligence or ability.
Examples:
Cleverly devised trap. Guess cleverly. The dog jumped cleverly to one side.
Wagon.
A four-wheeled vehicle used for transporting goods or people, often pulled by horses, oxen, or other animals. A compartment or container used for storage or transportation, such as a shopping cart or trolley.
Examples:
Wagon wheel. Station wagon. The circus wagon was brightly painted with pictures of the animals inside.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Reverse.
To change something's direction, order, position, decision, etc., to the opposite one, adjective, directed or moving toward the rear.
Examples:
reverse the trend, reverse the order. The restaurant reversed a ban on smoking.
Rot.
To decay, or cause something to decay, naturally and gradually.
Examples:
begin to rot, rot with age. Please refrigerate the meat, or it will rot.
Debate.
A formal discussion or argument of opposing viewpoints, often to persuade others to adopt a specific position. A public discussion, often on an issue of current interest, in which participants offer opinions and differing perspectives.
Examples:
debate topic, debate competition. The debate over climate change continues to be a hot topic in politics.
Rage.
A strong feeling of anger or violence.
Examples:
uncontrollable rage, fall into a rage. She was filled with a burning rage at the injustice she had witnessed.
Cognitive.
Of or relating to mental processes of understanding.
Examples:
improve cognitive function. Research on cognitive psychology. His cognitive faculties were getting worse because of a lack of sleep.
Shepherd.
A person who tends and guards sheep, especially in a rural area.
Examples:
shepherd boy, sheep without a shepherd. The shepherd's dog helped keep the sheep in line and protect them from predators.
Measured.
Done with careful consideration or calculated precision, controlled or regulated in manner or speech, deliberate and thoughtful.
Examples:
measured analysis, measured tone of voice. Her measured response to the criticism showed her ability to remain calm and composed under pressure.
Angular.
Measured by an angle or by the rate of change of an angle, having angles or an angular shape.
Examples:
angular mountain ridge, angular momentum. Any rotating body has angular momentum about its center of mass.
Velocity.
The rate of change of an object's position with respect to time, often measured in meters per second, m/s.
Examples:
initial velocity, high velocity. The velocity of the car was too fast for the road conditions.
Rotation.
The action or process of moving in a circle around an axis or center.
Examples:
job rotation, a period of rotation. The rotation of the earth causes day and night.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal, A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective, a method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Significance.
The importance or value attached to something. The quality of being significant or noteworthy.
Examples:
Significance level. Mystical significance. The significance of his discovery cannot be overstated.
Controversy.
A lot of discussion and argument about something, often involving strong feelings of anger or disapproval.
Examples:
Controversy among researchers. Arouse controversy. They entered into controversy with a member of the ruling party.
Literature.
Written works, such as novels, plays, poems, or short stories that are considered to have artistic or intellectual value.
Examples:
Popular literature. Review of the literature. The literature of the Romantic period is known for its emotion and imagination.
Backstage.
Relating to or situated in the area behind the stage of a theater, concert, or other performance venues. Relating to the private or hidden aspects of something, such as politics, business, or personal life.
Examples:
Backstage access. Backstage crew. The backstage preparations for the concert took hours to complete.
Cheat.
To act dishonestly or unfairly to gain an advantage or to deceive someone, to break the rules or laws.
Examples:
Cheat on my taxes. Cheat in a game. Even though he knew it was wrong, he cheated on the exam.
Boundary.
A real or imaginary line that marks the limit or extent of something and separates it from other things or places.
Examples:
Geographical boundary. The boundary between reality and fantasy. He wandered the boundary between life and death by gunfire.
Cube.
A three-dimensional shape with 6 square faces that are all equal in size, of mathematics, the result of multiplying the number by itself 3 times.
Examples:
Cube root. Ice cube. I cut the cheese into small cubes for the salad.
Compute.
To make a mathematical calculation.
Examples:
Compute an average score. Compute the value. I tried to compute the efficiency of the investment.
Background.
The details of a person's social heritage, such as family, vocational or educational experience, past information that is essential to understanding a situation or problem.
Examples:
a background color, a criminal background. The company's hiring criteria emphasize personality, not a person's background.
Doe.
A mature female of mammals of which the male is called a buck, such as a deer or a rabbit.
Examples:
Doe rabbit, buck and doe. Hunters use a whistle that makes the doe sound to lure stags.
Purple.
Of a color intermediate between red and blue.
Examples:
Deep purple, purple sweet potatoes. The plant has a stunning purple blossom.
Pale.
Having skin that is very light colored, lacking in vitality or interest or effectiveness.
Examples:
A pale complexion, pale pink. She turned pale when she heard the news.
Shadowy.
Dark, dim, or vague, as if obscured by shadows, mysterious or uncertain.
Examples:
Shadowy doorway, shadowy past. The shadowy figure in the corner of the room made me uneasy.
Detect.
To find or recognize something, especially something difficult to see, hear, etc.
Examples:
Detect a bad event. Detect smuggling across borders. The security camera has detected 4 intruders.
Slide.
To move or cause to move smoothly along a surface without interruption.
Examples:
Slide a card across the table. Slide a glance. If necessary, you can slide the front seats forward.
Degree.
A unit of measurement for angles, temperature, or level of proficiency or achievement, a rank or level of academic or professional attainment.
Examples:
Bachelor's degree. Degree centigrade. She received her degree in psychology from the university.
Inspire.
To make somebody feel with a desire, confidence, or enthusiasm, especially to do something creative.
Examples:
Inspire a feeling of curiosity. Inspire him to write a novel. The unique style of this martial arts inspired many action film producers.
Pause.
To take a short break from talking or doing something before continuing.
Examples:
Pause a moment. Pause for a reaction. The man paused before opening the door.
Blind.
Unable to see, unable or unwilling to perceive or understand the true nature of something.
Examples:
Blind to the beauties. Blind spot. She was nearly blind due to severe diabetes.
Slightly.
In a small degree or extent, a little.
Examples:
Increase slightly. Slightly alkaline soils. He moved his body slightly to the left.
Mask.
To conceal something, noun, a covering that you wear over your face to hide it.
Examples:
Mask body odor. An oxygen mask. The politician tried to mask the corruption.
Blank.
Without any writing or printing, empty or devoid of ideas, information, or meaning, unable to remember or recall information.
Examples:
Blank expression. Blank paper. The computer screen displayed nothing but a blank white screen.
Quarter.
One of 4 equal parts, a fourth part or portion.
Examples:
A quarter mile. End of the first quarter. The unemployment rate in the first quarter was 2.3 percentage points higher than in the previous.
Barn.
A large agricultural building used for the storage of crops, equipment, or livestock.
Examples:
A barn for cows. Barn door. The farmer stored his hay in the red wooden barn.
Dock.
A structure or platform that extends from the shoreline into a body of water, used for loading and unloading ships or boats, an enclosed area of water used as a basin for shipping or pleasure boats, a place where a ship can be repaired or maintained.
Examples:
Fishing dock. Loading dock. The ship pulled to the dock, and we disembarked to start our adventure.
Striking.
Interesting and distinctive enough to draw notice, exceedingly appealing, frequently in an odd manner.
Examples:
Striking innovation. Striking evidence. The two plays have a number of striking parallels.
Shadow.
A dark area or shape cast by an object blocking the passage of light, an area in darkness or shade, a reflected image or copy of something, a person, activity, or influence that follows or accompanies someone or something closely and persistently, often in a secretive or ominous manner.
Examples:
Shadow cast. Shadow puppetry. The tree cast a shadow over the picnic area, providing relief from the sun.
Median.
The value separating the higher half from the lower half of a set of values arranged in order of size.
Examples:
Median age at diagnosis. A median strip. Median annual income fell last year in this country.
Obvious.
Easy to see, discover, or understand.
Examples:
Obvious reasons. His conclusion was obvious. There are obvious differences between the two wine-producing regions.
Engine.
A machine that converts thermal energy to mechanical work, something that has an important role used to achieve a purpose.
Examples:
A steam engine, an air-cooled engine. The policies he announces can be the engine of economic growth in the country.
Progression.
The act or process of changing to the next stage or phase or moving forward.
Examples:
Progression of civilization. Progression of disease. The company has made great strides in its progression towards sustainability.
Neuroscience.
The scientific study of the function, structure, and disorder of the brain and the nervous system.
Examples:
The branch of neuroscience. A theoretical concept in neuroscience. Our university is famous for its professors, who are well-versed in behavioral neuroscience.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
A medical opinion. Temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Lab.
A workplace for the conduct of scientific research, a laboratory.
Examples:
Lab instrument. Medical lab. The Prime Minister will pay a courtesy visit to the Nobel laureate's lab.
Psychology.
The scientific study of mind and behavior.
Examples:
Psychology experiment. Psychology of crowd. She had a master's degree in psychology.